I got pulled aside for reasons that weren't explained to me, verbally abused, physically assaulted, and asked lots of really frustrating, nonsensical questions in a really, really intimidating way for over an hour. And as far as I can see, all I did was act in a film. And this isn't a kind of underground, illegal film. This was a film that won at a film festival that I was returning from. I did nothing wrong. I didn't commit any crime. And this is what happened to me. So it all sounds good in paper until it happens to you.
A lot is said about judicial safeguards, and judges are important in a democracy, but you have to understand what judges can and can't do. A judge in the criminal process is a referee, and as soon as a contest begins, as soon as there is a charge, he can be an effective referee because there are now two sides of the argument, because there's a formal accusation. Until the moment of charge, when there are only secret suspicions and no formal accusations, there is no contest, and therefore a judge cannot help. If I were a judge and the security service and the police were telling me to allow you to be detained for another day or another week on the basis of secret intelligence, telling me that if I don't do this, we'd all be murdered in our beds by you, even I would be sorely tested to let you walk free. That's why it's so important that there are two sides to this story, that you know what you're accused of so that you can meet that accusation.
What the government are trying to do, they've got this equation, and it's actually not an equation. What they're trying to say is that if you support us and let us pass these laws against terrorism, then you're okay. And if you don't support us, then you're supporting the terrorists. And you're supporting the idea that everybody's going to get their arms and legs blown off. I mean, and that's what they keep on pressing, these two buttons, that they're connected, and they're not at all. There's a whole, you know, every possible argument in between there to say this is not the case, but they keep on, and people just accept that. A lot of people, they just think, oh yes, let the government get on with it, we don't want to get bombed. And I just think it's people's responsibility to try to understand.
You know, people don't really realise the powers that are already in place, and just how embarrassing those powers are when you put them into an international context and see what other countries allow, and just how scary and far-reaching these laws could be if you can be detained for 2 months without any checks or balances, without being told why you're being held, without even a charge being put to you. I think we're entering really dangerous territory.
I'm not scared of terrorists. I'm scared much more of the government, honestly.
Countries all over the world are grappling with terrorism, have faced down terrorist atrocities. They have much shorter pre-charge detention periods than we do here.
We're already 28 times Canada and 4 times Turkey.
The United States suffered the Twin Towers atrocity and made some terrible mistakes thereafter. But in George Bush's America, the pre-charge detention period protected by the Constitution is just 2 days.
We're not talking about human rights abuses in some far-flung country. We're talking about a political reality that could come into being here unless people get involved and raise awareness.
Intelligence is a murky business, sometimes a necessary business, but it is not enough to go to war, and it's not enough to take someone's life from them and to incarcerate them for months and years on end.
You can make a difference. You can write to your MP, you can write to your local press, join Liberty, and log on to chargeorrelease.com.